Hey, Carl and Leslie with a Y. Glad y'all are here. So now we will start. We're not going to do all this tonight. I can't do it. I work in healthcare, and I'll just say this week is kind of from hell.
And was part of the reason for your disagreement or separation having to do with how to raise the children in terms of your faith?
Yes, we had different ways of practicing our faith.
Okay. And was part of the reason for the separation differing views on how your children should be raised within the Jewish faith?
I mean, that's certainly part of it, but not really a central decision. It was more just our relationship overall. I mean, Danny certainly wasn't, we were on different pages when it came to religion, but I wouldn't say that was.
And that's what I'm specifically inquiring about, was that part of it? So I think your answer is yes, that was part of it.
Sure.
Okay, you are both Jewish, correct?
Yes.
All right, and both of you did agree to raise the children within the Jewish faith?
We did.
Okay, so what were the differences between the two of you on that front?
Probably in the observance of keeping kosher. So
the difference in our perspective on raising kids was about dietary choices and attendance at synagogue, things like that.
So in general, he wanted to raise the children more strictly in terms of the faith than you.
That is correct.
Was part of the reason for the separation the two of you having differing views on how to raise your kids as far as within the Jewish faith?
I mean, it was a small part, but it was part of it.
Okay, that seemed to be something that came up a lot in your communication, so that's why I asked about it. What was the difference?
I love it, Wendy. It was a small part of it. I mean, she fed the boys bacon when they were on Skype to get to Danny. So freaking evil.
Difference of opinion on that?
I mean, when we first met and started dating, Danny wasn't as observant or as religious as he became over time.
Views on how to raise the kids pursuant to the Jewish faith.
I'd say it was a very small part.
Okay, sorry to stop it again, but we did this on a video, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. The Ruth Markel interview with the Jewish Canadian News. And she talks about this, when Dan and Wendy dated, they both agreed to keep a kosher home and that they would raise their family kosher. And now she's acting like, oh, Danny changed.
But it was a part.
Did you consider your ex to be a religious zealot?
No, I didn't think he was a religious zealot, but I did think he was using religion as a way of controlling me.
Okay. Did you think he was more devout in his faith than you were?
I don't know that. I feel like devoutness has to do with maybe a relationship with God. And I don't know that his was more strong than mine. But he was more observant of kosher rules than I was. His beliefs changed over time. We used to have bacon, and then bacon became a no later on.
All right. And those rules were something that he was wanting to impose on the children, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you were less interested in those kosher rules?
It was less important to me.
All right. Were both you and Mr. Markel raised within the Jewish faith?
We were, yes.
Did he threaten to press kidnapping charges against you?
Objection, hearsay.
Overruled.
I don't remember that. No.
And when you separated initially in the fall of 2012, did you move to South Florida with the kids?
No, I did not.
You didn't go to South Florida with the kids?
No, I did not.
Was it your desire during that time to move with the children to South Florida?
I would say right then, no, it wasn't.
Are you familiar with a court order ordering you to come back to Tallahassee from South Florida?
I'm not familiar with that.
Did Dan Markel threaten you in the pleadings with federal kidnapping charges?
He did.
And that was associated with the way he claimed that you left the marriage?
Yes.
Okay. And he says you took the kids and did not tell him where they were for several, I think I've seen days and weeks. Is that true?
It's true that he said that. It's not true that that's what happened.
When you moved out from the marital home there on Trescott Drive, you lived at another residence in Tallahassee, is that correct?
I did.
And do you recall the address there?
I do. 3303 Aqua Ridge Way.
Okay. All right. Did you move out of the marital home when you separated?
I did.
And where did you go to live when you left the marital home?
I rented a house and I went to that house.
All right. Was that at the Aqua Ridge residence?
Yes, it was.
Does 3303 Aqua Ridge sound right?
That sounds right.
Okay. And that location is here in Leon County, right?
It is.
Okay. As well as the Trescott residence.
They're both in Leon County.
About how far apart are those two residences?
I think it used to take about 15, 20 minutes to drive, depending on traffic.
How long after you moved out of the home did you file for divorce? And did your mom help you secure this place to live? Do you have any involvement in that?
She did.
Okay, what involvement did she have?
She helped me move in.
Okay, did she help you locate the place to live?
I think so.
Okay. Did she come
I think mom helped me move in. I mean, yeah, mom found the house and rented it in her maiden name. I think so.
up and look at places with you as well?
We did.
Okay. And was there a time during the time that you were living there at Aqua Ridge that you determined that you would like to move to South Florida with the children?
There was.
And you mentioned that you did develop a desire to move to South Florida. Did you file a motion to that effect on January 14th, 2013?
That sounds, I did file a motion. I don't remember the exact date.
Okay. And in that motion, did you make some allegations that Mr. Markell was making things difficult for you at work?
I did.
Okay. And was that motion granted or denied?
That motion was denied.
All right. In that filing, I'm specifically referencing to page 82, where Markell states that the sole stated reason the wife seeks to relocate with the party's minor children is so she can be closer to her parents. My understanding is you don't agree that's why you wanted to move.
It wasn't the sole reason why I wanted to move.
But you do agree it was a reason.
It was absolutely a reason. I wanted to create some stability for my kids, and having family around helps have a more stable
How'd that stability go, Wendy? You got 2 locked up for life now in prison.
environment.
Is that right? And were your parents very involved in trying to facilitate that relocation?
My parents were supportive of me moving to South Florida.
Would you describe your parents as being over involved in your personal business?
As compared to other people's parents?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fair to say that your mother, Donna Adelson, was following these divorce proceedings pretty closely.
She was definitely being a little bit over involved. Yeah.
She was pretty invested in your personal life. Is that fair to say?
She is one of those moms. Yes.
All right. And we've talked about your mom, Donna Adelson. Who's your father?
What is my father's name?
Mm-hmm.
Harvey Adelson.
Are your parents employed?
Right now, they are both retired.
What about back in 2014?
In 2014, they were both employed.
How were they employed then?
Then my father had a dental practice and my mom was managing his practice.
What's the name of the dental practice?
Dr. Harvey Adelson.
Was the relocation to South Florida the most important part of your divorce?
No.
Was it your most non-negotiable term?
No.
Okay. But it was very important to you?
I wouldn't say it was very important to me.
Was it very important to your mother?
She was much more looking forward to having her daughter and her grandchildren home. Yeah.
Your petition. Was your mom, Donna Adelson, involved at all in drafting your divorce documents?
No.
Did she ever make any edits to any of the filings that you made pursuant to your divorce?
I think she made suggestions, but I had an attorney, a very good attorney, helping me through the process. So she wasn't editing legal documents.
Did you ever forward any of your mom's suggestions to your lawyer?
I probably did.
And when you did that, would you attribute them to your mom, or would you just forward them along without noting whether they were your questions or your mom's questions?
I honestly don't remember.
I noticed in the emails that your mother referring to who I think is Dan Markel, as Jibbers. What does that mean?
Jibbers was a nickname that I gave Danny when he was being really difficult and causing me a lot of pain. Was sort of a nickname I gave him to make him feel less threatening.
So it was a derogatory thing.
I wouldn't say it was derogatory.
Did you call him that to his face?
No, I called him Danny to his face.
Okay.
And gibbers would be what? How would you spell that?
I don't know that I ever spelled it out. In the emails, I think it's spelled with a J, but I guess you could spell it with a G.
Jibbers.
That would be one way to.
Ms. Adelson, you had Mr. Markel's phone number programmed into your phone as Jibbers, didn't you?
That's right.
Did your mom ever refer to your husband?
By the way, that is one of my top 5 favorite trial moments. You had it in your phone. Yes, that's right. It's like Wendy doesn't even realize what she just did.
As an asshole,
Yes.
a bully,
Yes.
a zealot,
A religious zealot. Yes.
a jackass.
Yes.
Did she call him an asshole,
Yes.
a narcissist, a
Yes.
bully,
Yes.
religious zealot,
Yes.
bastard?
That I don't remember.
Page 5.
Is it page 5 from the first email?
Yes, if you'll just go through by the physical pages.
I see. Yes.
I'm sorry, what was your answer?
Yes.
Fucker?
Yes.
Did your mom ever call Dan Markel any disparaging names around this time frame?
She did.
Okay, including piece of shit,
Yes.
asshole,
Yes.
a narcissist,
Yes.
a bully,
Yes.
a bastard,
Yes.
about Jibbers? She calls him Jibbers?
Yeah, Jibbers is not a bad name. It was a silly name that I came up with during a period of time when I felt incredibly terrorized by Danny. And so it was a word that I would use to kind of make him seem less scary.
Is it fair to say that it was a derogatory term?
Sorry, I duplicated this, I guess, but if y'all only knew how long it took to make this video, at least 30 hours.
No? Okay, but you came up with it directly in relation to him.
It's a way to take the steam out of a situation I found scary. I wouldn't say it was derogatory. I just think it was.
And when you say
silly-
scary, are you alleging physical abuse?
I'm not alleging physical abuse.
All right. Of your life, and consequently Dad's, mine, and yes, even Charlie's, will be affected by how well you can perform/act before July 31st. You need to be a good actress you can be a good actress when you want to. I've seen you in action. You need to put on the performance of your life. Jibbers hasn't beaten the Adelson family yet. Who's Jibbers?
Jibbers, she's referring to Danny.
And was Jibbers a name he went by, or just something you called him behind his back?
Jibbers was a silly nickname that I gave him during the divorce proceedings when he was being pretty scary and threatening, and it kind of made me feel less scared of him.
Okay, so not something you called him to his face,
No.
but that was a word that was only used to describe him.
Yes, it was a nickname.
Okay. So in the husband as Jibbers,
I did.
what is the meaning of Jibbers?
Jibbers was just a silly name that a friend helped me come up with to basically make him feel less scary. It was nonsense.
Did it reference Jew in boots?
That I don't remember.
It wasn't a friendly name, right?
It was a silly name.
Did you ever say that you hated Dan Markel?
I don't remember saying it, but I certainly could have.
Tab 31, please, to refresh your memory.
I said that I hate him in this moment. If you have it, I'm happy to take a look.
Okay, but in any event, you were not able to move at that time.
I did not move.
And were you upset about being stuck in Tallahassee?
I was relieved.
You were relieved. You wanted to stay in Tallahassee.
I was happy at my job.
There's a petition to include a request to be allowed to relocate with minor children. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. And why were you seeking to move to South Florida?
I was seeking a place that would be stable and permanent for the kids and me. Danny never planned on staying in Tallahassee. It was just a question of time before he moved to New York to be with his girlfriend or had dreams of being at Harvard. So Tallahassee was just a temporary stopping point. I wanted a place that was permanent for us, where we had family support.
And why did South Florida seem like a place of permanence to you?
Right. I mean, because we had family support, because I work in immigration, there were a lot of career opportunities for me there.
Are you from South Florida?
I am.
Okay. And when you say family support, what family resided there?
My mother, father, and brother.
Okay, that's quite verbose. Would you agree with that?
I imagine it is. At some point, Danny fired or alienated all of his attorneys and started doing his own legal work. So
Fair to say he was adamantly opposed to you taking his kids to South Florida.
yes, he shared all of that here, which is different than the conversations we had. But
That's what he filed.
what he filed is what the judge sanctioned him for.
All
Yes.
right. And part of what you were seeking in your divorce in these documents in front of you was permission from the court to move with your children to South Florida. Is that correct?
That was part of the overall divorce proceedings.
All right. And specifically on pages 43 through 50. And I want to ask you about a specific filing in there. It's begins on page 43. And it's in reference to a filing on January 14th of 2013, where you were looking to relocate with the minor children. Do you recall that particular filing?
I recall the filing. You said 43. I'm not sure oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am. On the bottom, there should be page numbers for you.
Yes.
Was the failure to be able to relocate, did that cause you to remain in that environment?
It did.
For how long?
I don't remember the date that the petition to relocate was denied. If you could show me the binder, I can
I could.
find the date.
And I'll draw you to pages 262 and 263.
In the binder? Okay, so the order was on June, no, what the date is. It was June 20th, 2013. So I was still working at the law school through July 2014. So I stayed for one more year.
Okay. And it was subsequent to his death that you were able to find new employment that was in a less hostile work environment. Is that accurate?
I mean, eventually after his death, I found new employment. It took me a little while.
Okay. Did you have an alternative? You mentioned previously that there was a hostile work environment at Florida State University as a result of your husband. Or your ex-husband at this point, were you caught? What was his position on your motion to relocate?
We did talk about it before I filed it, and he was amenable to figuring it out. But once I filed it, he was against it.
Okay. Did he allege in his response that the sole stated reason that you wanted to relocate was to be closer to your parents?
He did say that in his response.
Right. And is that the response that your mom referred to as his 23-page rant?
Probably.
She had a lot of thoughts about that particular filing, didn't she?
Yes.
Okay. And she laid those out in an email to you. I know you remember. That's the whole, your non-negotiable is relocation.
Yes.
Do you recall having 2 long mediations to try to resolve your divorce without a trial?
Yes,
And were those mediations successful?
they were not.
Was Mr. Markel seeking to depose your mother as part of the divorce proceedings?
I don't remember that.
Y'all, that is such a lie. Anybody that's been deposed, they're not forgetting that. And if it was your mom, mm-mm. My husband used to work for a huge corporation here, and he had to be deposed. There was big lawsuits between 2 companies, and he still complains about it to this day because it was like 12 hours in this law office, and he said it was intense.
What about your brother, Charlie? Did
And by the way, he wasn't involved like as a criminal. He was just a witness to stuff.
he care about whether you moved to South Florida or not?
I think so. I mean, I think he would have liked for me to be closer to him and have the kids closer to him.
Would it have been okay with him if you had made a decision to stay in Tallahassee?
I would have imagined so, yes.
And after the relocation motion was denied, you were kind of like, well, maybe I have to stay in Tallahassee. Wasn't there at least a moment of that for you?
I mean, it wasn't maybe, that was the court's decision, and I respect the court's decision, and I would make the best of it.
Yeah, we respect the court's decision and just hire some hood rats.
What about Charlie? Was he outraged by the court's decision?
I honestly don't remember him being outraged.
But to your mom, it was a big deal.
My mom was really upset.
It was described by your mom in several places as like a life and death proposition. Do you agree with that?
I think my mom thought my life in Tallahassee wasn't good.
Is it true that you never would have left Dan Markel without your mom's suggestions?
Objection, lady.
Overruled, she may answer the question based on her own knowledge.
I would have left Danny regardless of anyone else's input. I was very unhappy.
Did you ever write that you would have never left him without your mom's suggestions?
I don't remember saying that.
Please refer to tab 41 and see if it refreshes your memory.
I do say here I wouldn't have done it on my own.
Okay. Did you specifically reference your mom?
I say my parents and brother's suggestions and support.
Okay.
I think because I wasn't happy, but part of me thought maybe I would just stay until the kids grew up.
If you would take a look for me at page 46, paragraph E. Just read that to yourself and let me know when you've had an opportunity to read that. And in those paragraphs, Ms. Adelson, are you alleging that Mr. Markel has created a hostile work environment for you at the Florida State University College of Law?
He did during a period of time.
All right. Would you consider your divorce with Mr. Markel to be a nasty divorce?
I think most divorces aren't very pleasant.
Okay, but this one was like really unpleasant, right?
I found getting divorced to be unpleasant, yes.
And in the litigation that ensued between the two of you, you guys argued over things as small as a tennis racket. I noticed in one pleading.
I don't remember that.
Do you recall when your divorce to Mr. Markel became final?
The summer of 2013.
Okay, July 31st sound about right?
That sounds right.
I'll show you Exhibit 59 and ask you to take a look at the exhibit. I do not expect you to look at everything in this exhibit. But I think you had an opportunity to look at this exhibit previously a little bit, right?
I don't have any memory of that.
Okay. Is this the first time you've ever seen this exhibit?
It's the first time I remember. It's
All right,
very
well, just
big.
take a look and kind of just thumb through it. Again, don't expect you to question.
She had a question. What was your
It's
question?
just, it looks like it's about 800 pages long. So you want me to?
I want you to look through it as much as is needed to answer the following question. Does it appear to be a fair and accurate copy of your divorce file?
I mean, from the front page, sure.
Okay. I still want you to take a look, if you would, at the petition that is on State's Exhibit 59, pages 1 through 5.
The one right on top?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All the pages should be numbered through, so I'm referring to 1 through 5 on the bottom right corner there.
Mhm.
Okay, and that was your petition for divorce, correct?
Yes.
And so this was, would you agree that this was a contentious divorce?
I think it was made much more difficult by Danny, who didn't want to get divorced, but sure, we can
All
call
right.
it contentious.
Not what we would classify as an amicable divorce. You hear about those.
No, it would be not an amicable divorce.
All right. And I want to show you what's been introduced into evidence, State's Exhibit 56. We've had a chance to take a look at this before, but we'll just kind of come through it until you recognize it.
Sure.
Do you recognize the exhibit?
I do.
Is it a fair and accurate copy of your divorce file?
It looks like it, yes.
All right. And is it fair to say this was a contentious litigation process that you had with your ex?
It was.
Was this a contentious divorce?
It was.
Did you discuss your marital problems and resulting legal issues with your mom?
I
Talked
did.
about relocation, but in general, you did talk about your woes with your mom.
I did.
Okay. And I think you said you did send many of your divorce pleadings to her. Is that right?
I did.
What about your dad? What was his role in reference to your divorce pleadings?
I don't remember exactly. My parents have a shared email. So when I send an email to one of them, I would send it. It was being sent to both, but I don't know who was reading what or at what time.
Is it fair to say they were both welcome to read whatever you sent to that email address?
Yes.
And both welcome to reply as well?
Yes.
Who would reply more frequently, your mom or your dad, to those
My mom
types?
would reply more frequently.
Okay. Who took more of an interest in the day-to-day ins and outs of your litigation?
Probably my mom.
Okay. Is your mom overprotective of you?
Yes.
Is your mom an emotional person?
Yes.
What about your dad? Is he emotional as well?
I think so.
Okay. Did you previously say he was more of a straight shooter and mom was more emotional?
I think so, but I think women tend to be more emotional and men tend to be less emotional.
Okay.
Before you continue,
Was disparaging you to your colleagues. And if you'll take a look at pages beginning on 79, the document beginning on 79. And the question is this Mr. Markel's 23-page response to your motion to relocate?
You're asking me, is this
His response to your motion to relocate.
yes, it looks like it.
All right. Did he threaten to go after your law license? Remember that?
I don't remember that, no.
Do you remember him saying you failed to disclose a bunch of assets in the divorce process?
I do remember that.
Okay. Did you guys have any mediations as part of your divorce?
We did have mediations leading up to settlement.
2 8-hour mediations, correct?
I don't remember how long they were, but they seemed very long.
Yeah. And they both did not result in a resolution.
They did not.
In the pleadings, is the tennis racket mentioned as something to fight over? And I can draw your attention to that page in line if you need it.
I imagine it could have been. You can draw my attention if you like, and I can confirm.
Okay, but no reason to argue about the fact that a tennis racket is mentioned specifically in your divorce documents.
I mean, that sounds like some of the nonsense that we argued over, sure.
Okay. And back to the divorce, the petition where Danny is responding to your petition for the motion to relocate. Are you familiar with that filing, or do you need to take a look at it?
I need to take a look at it.
All right, it's going to be page 79 through 101, and this is back to our exhibit 56. And in this filing, doesn't Mr. Markel say, quote, the husband affirmatively alleges that the wife helped herself to non-marital assets, including money and stocks owned prior to marriage, as well as numerous personal non-marital belongings of the husband, such as luggage, bicycle, tennis racket, and family heirlooms. The wife has refused to return these items or to allow the husband into her home to see what other personal belongings were taken without his permission or acquiescence. So my point is, he's accusing you of theft in this.
I mean, Charlie, he's like green, just in dismay.
Paragraph.
Those are the words that are here, yes.
Yeah, ask you about Mr. Markel's response to your petition to relocate. Is it fair to say he was adamantly opposed to that motion?
Yes.
All right, and you all fought over things large, of course, but also very small, like in this pleading, a tennis racket is mentioned, right?
Yes.
And, jumped ahead on us. Okay, let's go back. In Mr. Markel's response for court and counsel, this is page 82 of Exhibit 60. He indicates the husband affirmatively alleges that the wife helped herself to non-marital assets, including money and stocks owned prior to marriage, as well as numerous personal non-marital belongings of the husband, such as luggage, bicycle, tennis racket, and family heirlooms. Did you take those things when you vacated the property?
I did remember taking his tennis racket by accident, and I returned that, but
Isn't that amazing? She had no recollection of a tennis racket in 2019, but in 2025, she absolutely remembers just taking it by accident.
otherwise I didn't take his belongings.
Did you strategize to leave him in a way that would cause or inflict maximum damage upon him?
No,
Is that something your mom ever said?
I don't
To your
remember that.
knowledge? All right, but you did reach a settlement, I think, kind of just on the eve of a trial on the matter, correct?
That sounds right.
Do you remember this motion that was filed by your deceased ex-husband on March 26, 2014, involving, among other things, that had to do with your mother, an allegation that your mother was disparaging the children? I'm sorry.
Overruled.
Disparaging him to the children is what I meant to say. Are you familiar with that pleading?
I am familiar with that pleading.
And he accuses you of various things, lying about your financial affidavit and things like that. Would you agree?
He does make those accusations. They were completely baseless, but yes.
All right. And all right. And in that pleading, did he allege that you were depriving him of physical access to the children?
I don't remember the specifics.
Do you recall whether he was complaining about you refusing to communicate with him about right of first refusal to the children during your time with them?
I know he was frustrated about the Skyping.
Lack of communication via Skype.
It's hard to
between the
Skype
children.
with two toddlers, yes.
All right. And in that motion, do you recall him being upset about an allegation that you let the kids eat non-kosher foods?
I remember him being upset about that in general, but I don't remember whether it was an emotion or not. What of the two?
And is observing those types of eating habits something that's important to you?
It is not important to me.
And was it something that was important to Dan Markell?
It was important to Danny.
It was important to him that the children observe that way of eating, correct?
It was.
And in that motion, did he seek to restrict your mother's contact with the kids to supervised visits only?
I don't remember, but if you'd like to show me the motion, I can take a look.
Okay, but you don't remember that portion.
No.
I love how they just, no memory of this. It was like the biggest thing that she forwards, to like 15 people on an email.
All right. Do you remember the allegation that your mother made statements to the children that grandma hates you? Grandma says you're stupid. Your father is trying to take my sunshines away. Anything like that? Do you relate that your parents were very angry with him? Is that accurate?
At that point in time, during our divorce, I do think they were angry with him. They felt like he had treated me badly.
And the motion to preclude your mom from having unsupervised contact with your kids, that was still pending at the time of his murder, correct?
That's possible. I mean, I don't think anyone took that motion very seriously.
Okay. Did your mom take it seriously?
I don't think so.
Did Dan Markell take it seriously?
I don't know how Danny felt about a motion. If he wrote the motion, he was probably taking it seriously.
I want to approach with some emails. Have you had an opportunity to review State's Exhibit 80?
Your Honor, could I see what the states of the function?
Call?
No, but again, I'm happy to look at it if you'd like to show me.
I understand. Do you recall that Mr. Markell was seeking sanctions against you personally in that motion? And was there a motion? I want to draw your attention specifically to this motion. It's on page 441 of that document in front of you, Exhibit 59. This motion was filed.
I don't remember that.
Do you know whether this would have been a motion that you would have shown to your mother? Would she have been aware of it?
I probably would have shown my mom the motion.
Is it by Dan Markell on March 26th of 2014, so shortly before his death?
I see it.
Okay, what was that motion?
Former husband's counter motion for enforcement of MSA on parenting issues and motion for contempt and sanctions.
And in that motion, did he allege that you were violating the marital settlement agreement in a variety of ways,
Yes, it looks like he did.
including failing to facilitate communication between he and the boys, failing to keep him informed of where his kids are, failure to communicate about parenting decisions like the kids' schooling, diet, and extracurricular activities, things like that?
Yes, that looks right.
All right. And was he, as part of this motion, seeking to enjoin you from allowing your mother to have time with the children that was unsupervised by another adult?
I am not seeing that right now, but I can continue reading through it.
Okay, take your time.
Yeah, Wendy's like, hold on, Georgia. I'm just reading through all of my WhatsApp texts with Charlie. No, I'm kidding. It's her divorce agreement. Beach Bum. Yeah, how did she get through law school acting dense over the immunity? I don't know. I mean, she didn't know what held in contempt was, what it meant to stipulate. What was it, without prejudice? Or with anyway, there's a bunch of stuff. I don't understand that either.
Actually, oh wait, still going.
Is this a question that you need refreshing on? Did your husband make these allegations? You don't have an independent recollection of that?
I don't have an independent recollection.
Okay.
I made a lot of allegations that weren't true. So
Agree with that?
My attorney here is responding to his pleading, which was over the top.
And this is over the top, right?
I don't think so, no.
Then 6 days later, Dan files another motion seeking action against your mother, and that's the one we've already touched on. That's page 441. Is that right?
Page 441.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, that's what we talked about.
Okay. Former husband's counter motion for enforcement of marital settlement agreement on parenting issues and motion for contempt and sanctions. Here he's alleging, again, more violations of the marital settlement agreement, including communication between he and the boys. He wasn't happy with how much communication was happening, failing to keep him informed of where his kids are, failure to communicate about parenting decisions like the kids' schooling, diet, and extracurricular activities, and refusal to provide him access to the kids on their birthdays. So he's complaining about a lot of things associated with this, not just money stuff, it's parenting stuff too, right?
That's right.
And isn't it in this motion that, yes, sir.
I said that. That's right.
Isn't it in this motion that Dan Markell seeks to enjoin you from allowing your mother from spending time with the kids without supervision?
Can you please show me which page that's on?
450. Do you see a paragraph beginning on 3 specific occasions?
Yes, I do.
Could you read that, please?
8A, on 3 specific occasions in November 2013, the children informed Mr. Markell, Abba, Dad, Grandma says you're stupid. When queried as to why Grandma, the maternal grandmother, would say such things, the children replied jointly that it is because she says you are trying to take her sunshines away from her.
And continue, please.
In December 2013,
You don't have to say the name. Your child.
my child, the younger son, further stated to Mr. Markell in front of the former wife, Abba, Grandma says she hates you. The children were visiting with their grandparents at that time.
Mr. Markell is concerned that continued exposure to such negativity forms a foundation for parental alienation. Is that what he was alleging about your mom?
That is what he is alleging in this document, yes.
And this was filed in court.
He filed this in court.
And what date?
It will be at the front of the document, right?
Yes, ma'am. Page 441.
This was filed on March 26th, 2014.
And this was the filing that never got ruled on, right?
I don't believe there was any ruling on
And
this.
that's because Dan Markell was killed before the hearing, right?
I don't know when it was scheduled for.
It wasn't even scheduled yet.
Okay.
It was waiting to be scheduled when he was killed. Is it fair to say your mom was worried about this motion?
No, my mom never knew about this motion. And as I mentioned before, Danny asked my mom to babysit after filing this motion. So I don't really believe anything that's written here.
Well, you forwarded this motion to your mother
I don't believe I
via
did.
email. In fact, you forwarded this motion to 12 different people. Your mom, Jeffrey Lacoste, Renee Griggs, Tova Walsh, Morgan Honeycutt, Gary Cohen, Miguel Edmondson, Trey Hubler, Robert Adelson, Rachel Frank, Jared Reich, and some MEHULNYC at yahoo.com. So if you weren't worried about this, why'd you send it to all these people?
I couldn't really say. It's been a long time.
Do you recall a motion being filed by Dan Markell that we've referred to as the grandma motion?
No.
Did Dan
And y'all are seeing a lot of this is out of order. So this is what happens when you're delirious, but it's still good to see all the different clips, I think.
Markell in March 26th of 2014 file a motion seeking to preclude your mother from having unsupervised contact with your kids?
I don't remember him filing that motion, but it sounds like if it's a motion you have a name for, then it exists.
And in that motion, do you recall, or does it refresh your memory, that he was saying, Grandma, the boys were telling him, Grandma says you're stupid, Grandma says she hates you, and as a result, he was concerned about your mom alienating the kids or turning the kids against him?
I remember hearing about this motion.
Okay. And that is a motion that was never got to be heard, right?
That was part of the motion to enforce the settlement agreement,
But which was never heard
which was never heard
because he was killed.
because, yes.
Look at Donna. She's like, oh no, they're figuring it out. And STE official. I agree. The accent, you said Minnesota accent. I felt like Wendy always tries to have a Canadian accent, but that would make sense up there by Minnesota. But I don't know why she does that.
And do you remember why you didn't forward your mom the actual motion that was filed in reference to that?
I don't.
Okay, if you will check tab, see if you can find tab 98 in the back there, please.
I have tab 98.
Okay, does it refresh your recollection as to the question, which is, where was your mom on the day that the relocation was filed, which for your reference was 3/26/14.
So this email is from 3/25/14,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like my parents were coming up. It says coming on Thursday, and this was written Tuesday the 25th. So my guess is that they were coming on Thursday the 27th.
And was it their practice to typically stop in Orlando and spend the night on the trip up to Tallahassee?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I mean, how would you not remember that? My son is in his 20s, and I can remember my parents coming to see him, and that was a long time ago. Yeah, real dreamscape. You think Lauro had a stern conversation? I mean, I think he tried. I believe it was Charlie's trial that we heard that somebody overheard Lauro telling Wendy after she testified that she did horrible.
The allegations that are laid out in Dan Markell's motion were sent to you in an email before the motion was ever filed. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that, no.
In Publishing 64AA, a December 16th, 2013 email. This email indicates that Dan Markell is going to be introducing a major issue, grandparental alienation. This will be part of our ongoing effort to resolve outstanding issues. But basically, at the bottom there, Ben announced to me, Abba. What does Abba mean?
It's Abba. It means father in Hebrew.
Father. Grandma says you're stupid. Okay, and he details a couple, I think it's 3 different instances in which his boys have told him that Grandma, your mother, has told them that you're trying to take my sunshines away. She hates you, that sort of thing. Does this refresh your memory at all about those allegations?
It does.
Okay. And this email, you did forward this email to your mother. Do you recall that?
I don't recall that, but it makes sense that I would have.
And your mom responded to it, or someone responded to it. Wow. Do you remember that?
I was shown that email yesterday.
Okay. And you forwarded that email not only to your mom, but to a total of 12 different people. Do you remember that?
I remember being very surprised that he was trying to accuse a member of the Florida bar of fraud and going to all these lengths to avoid paying money that he owed me.
And so she forwarded the email to girlfriends and like different guys she'd slept with. I think that is so bizarre.
Okay. And is that the reason why you sent it to the 12 people?
It was pretty shocking what he was doing.
Did your mom respond at all to that allegation regarding her alienating the kids?
I don't remember a response other than the one I was shown that said, wow, but I don't know if that was my dad responding or my mom responding.
but the allegation was in reference to your mom, right?
The allegation was in reference to my mom.
Okay. And in fact, the next day, because the parenting coordinator was in on the original thread, you forwarded the email a second time to your mom, didn't you, with the parenting coordinator's response? Do you remember that?
I don't remember that, but it makes sense that I would have forwarded it.
Do you remember just, let's see, a couple months before the death of Dan Markell, saying to a friend of yours, I think her name is Jane, does that sound familiar?
I had a friend named Jane.
Telling Jane, quote, Dan.
See, there it was. I had a friend named Jane. Jane McPherson's got to be like stabbing yourself in the eyes. I don't know if that was a slip, if they're not friends anymore. I thought it was interesting. Debbie Martin, no, my son doesn't help me do the clips, but he has told me when I make it big one day that I'll be able to hire someone to do all this, which I think is hysterical.
Annie is a monster.
All of these questions leading on.
Overruled, the witness may testify based on her memory.
I don't remember telling Jane that I thought Danny was a monster.
Okay, was Jane one of the people you forwarded the email to? Dan's email?
I don't remember.
Okay. But it was the same day that you called him a monster. Do you remember that?
I don't.
Known to your mother. Would she have been aware of it?
I probably would have shown my mom the motion.
Is it fair to say that your parents are very protective of you?
I think that's fair to say.
Is it fair to say that your brother is very protective of you?
I think that's fair to say.
Okay.
I need to look through to figure out which ones we're talking about.
Okay.
Okay, I see it. I see what you're referencing.
All right, so in that filing, Dan Markell alleges that your mother is disparaging him to the children, correct?
That is correct.
And he was seeking a court order saying she couldn't have contact with the kids unless there was another adult present, correct?
I see that here. I don't think I took it seriously at the time, so it didn't really lodge in my memory.
Did
But
your mom take it seriously?
No.
Was it?
Okay, just real quick, Debbie Martin, you were reading the filings that there were several times the kids told Dan that, so it bothered them. And yes, I mean, I guarantee you they still remember some of this, and I feel bad for them because it's just going to be like a natural human nature. I hope to God they're getting a lot of therapy because they're going to blame themselves for everything, right? I mean, they were arguing about the kids. They were arguing about relocating and the kids and the disparaging of Dan. And you worry about that. And then the alienation. I mean, it all was stemming from them arguing about the kids.
Never ruled on?
I don't know. If it were, it should be here, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it here?
No, it's not. It was scheduled to be ruled on in August of 2014, right?
I don't know. I don't know when it was scheduled for. I do know that nobody took it very seriously.
Okay, so your mom wasn't worried about that motion being granted. Okay. Did your mother, Donna Adelson, review the filing in which Dan Markell is accusing you of this theft and all this stuff?
I don't remember if she did.
What about the one where Dan Markell is asking that your mother not be permitted to have unsupervised visitation with the kids?
My mom never saw that because after he filed that, he then asked my parents to babysit the kids. My mom baked him banana bread, gave him a hug goodbye. So there was nothing truthful about that pleading that he filed, and my mom never saw it.
Why do you think he filed that?
He was really angry at me for leaving him.
Okay, so he didn't really want to limit your mom's visitation with the kids.
No.
And
He
that's
asked for her to
evidence.
babysit after he filed that.
Evidenced by the banana bread. And so she didn't even know about that filing.
She never knew about it.
Okay. Asking your mom, let's see if I can find it here, to help you work on the Skype thing because it was becoming a real problem between you and Mr. Markell.
I honestly don't remember, but I see this email and I must have sent this.
So do y'all hear this? Again, she just said it. She says this a ton in Donna's. I honestly don't remember. It's interesting because she's never answered that way before.
And then a few months later, in February of 14, Mr. Markel files a motion to enforce marital settlement agreements, and that we've touched on that already. That was alleging that you committed fraud on the court during the original settlement. Remember that?
I do. I remember him saying that my attorney helped perpetrate a fraud.
He did. He suggested that the court should send a strong message to you about your malfeasance by awarding him the entirety of the assets that he alleged were undisclosed. Do you remember that?
I do.
And did your mom view that filing?
I don't remember.
Isn't that the one she responded to? We need a plan of attack. We need to aggravate him the way he's trying to aggravate you.
I remember we just looked at that. I just didn't remember what it was in response to.
Okay. And did you respond to his allegations
I would
in
have,
court, in a court filing?
we must have responded in a court filing to that,
Okay.
because if someone accuses you of fraud, at that point, my attorney had to recuse herself because she had to become a witness in the case and to say that that didn't happen. And then I had to find a new attorney to represent me.
Okay, and did you do a filing in response to his counter motion to enforce the marital settlement agreement, alleging, and this is page 439 for court and counsel, that a vast majority of the former husband's motion contains allegations that are redundant, immaterial, impertinent, and scandalous? That sort of language, does that sound familiar?
It doesn't actually sound familiar, but I would have responded in a motion. So I'm sure my attorney filed something.
Is he your older or younger brother?
I have two older brothers, so he is one of the two older brothers.
Are you closer to one more than the other?
Yes,
Which one are you closer to?
Charlie.
And has that always been the case, or just since this case?
No, it's not since this case. I think when we were kids, I was probably closest to my oldest brother. And then after getting to be an adult myself around my 20s, I was probably closer to my middle brother.
Around the time of 2013 and 2014, were you closer to Charlie at that time?
I would say so.
Was your brother Charlie, or is your brother Charlie, protective of you?
He is, yeah.
Did you discuss your marital problems with him back during the time of 2013, 2014?
I did.
Is it fair to say that in the time frame leading up to the murder of your ex-husband that your brother did not like your ex?
I think it's fair to say. I mean, I also think it's fair to say he wasn't particularly concerned with it. He was leading his own life and not really focused on mine.
But your mom was really focused on yours.
My mom was focused on mine.
And your mom was in the ear of your brother quite a bit, same as she was with you, right?
I don't know about how much she was in his ear or not.
Did you discuss your marital problems with your mom at all?
I did, yeah.
Okay. What about the resulting legal issues? Was your mom read in on those things?
I mean, I definitely updated her about the results of the relocation when that petition got denied, but not kind of the ins and outs of every part of our divorce.
What about your dad? Was he invested in your divorce status?
I think the same as my mom, just worried about me and worried about the boys.
Mm-hmm. What about your brother? Did he take an interest in the ins and outs of your divorce?
No, not really.
Did he need to protect you from Dan Markel?
No, I mean, I don't think I need protection.
Were you physically in danger from Dan?
Oh, I don't need protection. I just need to call my brother for 18 minutes about my TV repair.
Markel?
No, I wasn't in danger.
You, during the phone conversations you had with your brother during that time, did you talk much about your marital problems?
I mean, to be honest, I don't remember, but I'm sure we talked about it.
Is it fair to say during the year or so leading up to Mr. Markel's murder that your brother did not like him?
I think that's fair to say.
Right. Is your mom overprotective of you?
Yes.
All right. And is it fair to say she's, a little on the controlling side?
I don't think she's controlling, but she's definitely overprotective.
Did she ever try to micromanage your life?
Maybe, yeah.
Did she have an interest in who you were dating and who you weren't dating and who you should be dating when you were
I
single?
think she was usually disappointed that I wasn't dating more.
Huh.
For example, isn't it true that she would not let you drive to and from Tallahassee to South Florida?
Well, I used to drive before I had the boys, but they were young and she preferred.
As part of your divorce, did you file a petition to ask the court for permission to relocate to South Florida?
I did.
And I think that was your amended petition. Not sure if we can see that very well. Here we go. It says the wife also desires to relocate to South Florida in order to provide a better quality of life for the children by increasing their access to close family and providing more stability and consistency. Who was the close family that was available in South Florida for the boys?
My mom, my dad, and my brother.
I wish Georgia just right then had said, you mean your brother who is serving a life sentence and your mom who's on trial here? I mean, I guess they can't do that, but that would have been awesome.
Why did you want to move to South Florida?
I had very unstable employment in Tallahassee. I had a wonderful job, but it was on grant money. So year to year, I never knew if I would still have my job. I had a job offer that was very good in South Florida. And the assumption was that Danny was always going to be at a different school, a better school. He used to joke that he would take one bar exam for every 2 bar exams that I had to take while we moved around the country. And so it seemed like a way of having stability while he was climbing up the law professor ladder to be ultimately at Harvard or Yale.
And was relocation important to you?
It was, in terms of having a safe and stable place for my kids.
Did you consider having to live here in Tallahassee being stuck? Or had you referred to it previously as being stuck in Tallahassee?
I mean, I may have. The idea of being stuck is if you don't have permission to live anywhere you want to live. But I had a nice quality of life here.
Did you consider the worst case scenario to be that you would end up stuck here in Tallahassee if your petition was denied?
I don't know. I mean, at the time, I may have felt that way.
Okay. Might you have sent an email to a friend on March 24th of 2013 indicating, quote, I do fear that the worst case scenario that could happen is that I will be stuck here in Tallahassee?
It's possible that I sent that.
Would it refresh your recollection to review that item?
I'm happy to.
It's on tab 6 on one of those binders in front of you. Let me see which one it is.
It's gonna be
This one.
Raul Thomas, you think Wendy and Elizabeth Holmes should serve in prison at the same pod? But have y'all seen, like, Elizabeth Holmes is in a cush kind of federal prison, and apparently you can get pretty close to the fence, and she's just out in the prison yard every day working out, doesn't look too stressed. So I don't want that for Wendy. Oh yeah, she was way more stressed this trial. And a lot of times when you're watching her testify, watch like the way her chest moves. You can really see how quickly she's breathing, but she's trying to control it, thus the mouth breathing.
I see it's highlighted. So yes,
Okay, and did you also email a friend around the same time frame regarding life in Tallahassee couldn't compare to the life that you would be able to enjoy in South Florida with your brother Charlie and his boat and pool and hot tub and things like that?
it's certainly possible.
Okay, that's on tab 7. Please refresh your recollection.
Yes.
And in fact, didn't you use the word stuck in your actual motion for relocation? Let's see if we can get there. Here, the wife is merely stuck in Tallahassee until the husband decides that the time is right for him to leave.
So my attorney did write that, and that sounds right.
Are these exhibits fair and accurate copies of emails between yourself and your mother, Donna Ames?
They are.
Okay. All right. Does that refresh your recollection about what your mother felt was the most important non-negotiable term of your divorce?
It does.
Okay. And what was that?
That was relocation.
Question. What was the most important part?
Of the divorce for my mom.
Yes.
It says here that for her it was relocation.
All right. And did you have 2 8-hour mediations in your divorce?
Two very long mediations. I don't remember exactly how long they were, but they
Did
felt
they
like a very
result
long
in a
time.
resolution?
No.
Did Tallahassee feel claustrophobic to you?
Well, at this point in time, Danny was making lots of unplanned announcements to my office where we worked together. So I would see him at work. I never knew when he was showing up. So I'm sure, this is 12 years ago that's how I felt at that time.
Okay.
I mean, she never knew when he was showing up. They both worked for the law school. Now, I feel like she might have been in a different building next to it, but I mean, she acts like he was trucking it across campus.
But outside of the context of your relationship with Dan Markell, did you ever express that just the smallness and slowness of Tallahassee made you feel claustrophobic?
I don't remember saying that.
Please refer to tab 8 to refresh your recollection.
Your Honor, if I may at this time.
It's part of a sentence. Can I read the whole sentence?
Sure.
Tallahassee feels claustrophobic at times, given its smallness and slowness, and the fact that my friends cycle through here with transient regularity. So yes, at that moment in time, that's how I was feeling in 2013.
And relocation was pending at the time that you were feeling that way in that moment, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And relocation was also very important to your mother, wasn't it?
Yes,
All right. And did you have some discussions with your mother about relocation?
I did.
Did your mom express concerns that as a Tallahassee native, the judge presiding over your relocation motion would underestimate how much better it would be for you to live in South Florida?
She did.
And he's very adamantly objecting to your relocation, right? On page 82, it says the sole stated reason the wife seeks to relocate is so that she can be closer to her parents. Was being near your parents the sole reason that you wanted to relocate?
No,
It wasn't the sole reason stated in your petition?
it wasn't the sole reason stated in my petition, and it wasn't the sole reason that he and I talked about before I filed the motion to relocate.
Why was he so adamant and so confident that this was the real reason you wanted to be down there?
I think there's a lot of things in these pleadings that are not true. So just because it says something doesn't make it true.
Sure, but did he know that your mom was just grinding on this issue of trying to get you down there?
He would have had no idea.
He wouldn't have been, that wouldn't have been known to him?
I don't think so.
But he was accusing you in these pleadings of all kind of stuff, right? I mean, I'm not saying it's true, but hiding financial assets, failing to disclose things, kidnapping his kids in the middle of, his business trip, all those sorts of things, right?
Yes, he said lots of things.
All right, and you said a lot of things too. There's filings going both ways that are pretty venomous. Would you agree with that?
I would not agree with that.
Yours were pleasant.
I'm not saying divorce filings are pleasant, but mine were not venomous.
Okay. All right, and page 46 of that document, paragraph E references the job offer. The wife also desires to relocate to South Florida in order to provide a better quality of life for the children by increasing their access to close family and providing more stability and consistency. Who is the close family in South Florida?
The close family would have been my mom and my dad and my brother.
And which brother is that?
My brother that's here today.
Charlie Adelson?
That's correct.
Okay.
See, I love that, how Georgia did that. And which brother is that? The one here on trial for murder? Thank you so much here for today. That's very nice of you. I appreciate it.
Which that were sent to you from your mother?
I can authenticate them.
All right, so the donnaharvey@gmail.com is your parents' shared email address, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, but these emails were coming from your mother based on the context, is that right? Not your dad?
I imagine they probably represented both of their feelings. They've been married 51 years, so sometimes my mom speaks for my dad.
Is it fair to say your mother is a controlling person?
I think my mom is and was very invested in my life. I don't think of her as a controlling person.
All right, is it fair to say that your mom, the defendant, is a controlling person?
I don't think my mom is a controlling person.
Did you say at one time back in 2013 that your mom operates with emotional subterfuge?
I may have said that.
Okay. What about Dan Markell? Did your family like him?
Do you want to specify a point in time?
Well, I'm specifically thinking of a statement you made in the interview after his death, where you indicate. And did your mother, I think you said she was very unhappy with him. Did you agree that she despised him?
I can't speak to whether my mom despised him or didn't. She was very, very disappointed with the way he treated me.
Okay. And did you ever call him names?
I don't remember her calling him names.
Would it refresh your recollection to take a look at the emails for that?
I'm happy to.
Okay, if you'll take a look at page 1, what types of things did your mother suggest that you could do to try to coerce or acquire the ability to relocate your kids to Miami?
She suggested that I could change the religion
Of who?
of my children.
And why would that affect the relocation effort?
Because religion was so important to Danny that would be a real hot button thing.
Did you ever refer to your ex-husband, Dan Markell, as an emotional terrorist?
I very well could have. I don't remember saying that, but
That one's on tab 34. I'm so sorry. Is that? Yes, I believe it is 34.
it is. I see it. I said it in December of 2013.
Approximately 7 months before his murder.
Yes, approximately 7 months.
And tab 35, in June of 2014, did you say of your ex-husband, I hate him so?
I don't see it.
Are you on tab 35?
No, I was on tab 34. It's tab 35.
Sorry, yes. At the time of Dan Markell's murder, were your parents extremely angry with Dan?
At that point, no. They were in a much better place.
I want to direct your attention to an interview that was conducted on, I think this was your law enforcement interview. So July 18th, 2014. And I'm specifically for court and counsel looking at page 27, lines 11 and 12.
Do you want me to flip through or just look at this one page?
If you'll just look at that one page, line 12, and I've got it highlighted for you. It
Yes, ma'am.
says, Ms. Adelson, my parents are, very angry toward him. Did you ever feel like your mom was walking all over you?
I don't remember feeling that way.
Okay, what about specifically regarding this divorce?
I don't. I mean, I had a really good attorney and I was making the decisions I wanted to make.
Okay. And did you, back in April of 2013, tell a friend that you were trying to find a way to coexist with your mom that didn't feel like she was trampling your autonomy?
I'm sure I said that in 2013.
How did your mom feel about Dan Markell in this time frame, 2012 to 2016?
And I think I think a lot changed between 2012 and 2016. So
Oh, yeah, no kidding. A lot changed.
I think her feelings about him changed over time.
Okay, and what about in 2016? Did she hate Dan Markell?
No, not in 2016.
What about 2014? Did she hate him then?
No.
In fact, she despised him, didn't she?
I can't speak to how my mom felt or whether she despised him. I think she was very disappointed.
She sent you some emails to indicate her feelings about Dan Markell around that time, didn't she?
She did.
Is that true?
Was that
Isn't that
true?
what you said? Your parents were very angry toward Dan.
Can I read the rest of the sentence?
Sure.
So I say, my parents are very angry towards him, but even when they're around my kids, they would never say a bad word about my kid's father.
And then on page 288, line 24 through page 289, line 1, and that's going to be, didn't you say, it's like my parents have more reason to dislike Danny than almost anyone else? Is that what you said?
That is what I said.
And that's because he hurt you, right?
And I was saying that in the context of talking to law enforcement for hours and hours and trying to help them figure out who might be responsible.
Right. And at the time of Dan Markell's murder, was the defendant, your mother, very angry at Dan Markell?
Before he died?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
And you hated him too, right?
At certain points, I was very frustrated with him.
Did you refer to him as an STD?
I don't remember saying that.
Tab 5.
So it's pretty loud and clear that the theme across all of these Wendy testimonies has been relocation and the hatred they had for Dan. I think when you start putting it all together, I mean, we know it, but for me anyway, just seeing it all laid out there.
It looks like I made that analogy.
Danny is an STD. One wrong mistake, marrying him, and this will never go away. Is that what you said?
I did.
And did you share that kind of sentiment with your mother?
I don't remember ever saying that, so I don't think it's something I said very often.
And this was said in an email on February 26th of 2013, correct?
It was.
Approximately 17 months before the murder?
Yes, I don't think it was an email, though. It looks like it was sort of an iMessage.
Okay. Who did you tell them might be responsible?
Well, I told them many, many people, but are you asking about this particular moment right here?
You told them your family might be responsible.
Or
didn't you?
potentially someone to do with a former student or his current girlfriend. I mentioned lots of people that I thought could be responsible.
Okay. And of the lots of people that could have been responsible, your family was one.
Yep.
Because they might have done this thinking it would help you. And that's what happened, right?
I'm sorry, I don't understand the question.
Your family had your ex-husband killed to try to help you, didn't they?
No, that's completely untrue.
Did you say do you remember giving a law enforcement interview in reference to this case?
Yes, I remember.
That was the same day that Mr. Markel was shot, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And did you say in that interview for court and counsel, I'm referring to page 288, lines 24 through 289, line 1, quote, "My parents have more reason to dislike Danny than almost anyone else."
At that point, I was sitting with law enforcement for 6 hours and had just been told that Danny had been shot. So I was in shock, and I was trying to help the police think of anything I could possibly think of that would be helpful.
And are you suggesting that after 6 hours you became fatigued to the point that you started saying things that weren't true?
No, I didn't say anything that wasn't true. I just was in shock. I just kept talking and talking and talking.
When you're, did Charlie Adelson like Dan Markel? And again, I'm referring to the time frame before his death.
I mean, I think he was also, he would listen to me when I would tell him about things I was upset about at the time with the divorce. So whether he liked him or didn't like him, he certainly was supportive of me.
Okay, but he never expressed any dislike.
No,
Did he mention hiring a hitman to kill your husband?
Objection, hearsay.
Overruled.
no,
Did he ever joke about he looked into hiring a hitman, but buying you a TV as a divorce present would be cheaper?
he did make that joke.
Brother ever mentioned hiring a hitman to kill your ex-husband?
He never mentioned hiring a hitman. He told one bad off-color joke where he said he had bought me a TV when I got divorced and said it was a present, and made a very bad joke and bad taste that it was cheaper than hiring a hitman.
And was
But
that, I'm sorry, I cut you off.
No, that's okay.
What else were you gonna say?
I think that was it.
All right, was that a joke that your brother made one time or more than one time?
He has a tendency to repeat himself. So everything he says multiple times.
Do you,
Yes, as evidenced by the jail calls. Oh, hey, Beach Bum asked, has Jane dumped Wendy also? So we don't really know. Jane got out of Tallahassee like the next year. So Dan was killed in 2014. She left in 2015 because they were all friends, like Jeff Lacoste and Jane and that whole whatever social work college thing. And they were livid the way she threw Jeff under the bus. So she hightailed it out. She's been at UGA ever since. Then Epstein, when he was writing that book, Extreme Punishment, he reached out to Jane and, who was it? I think Daniel Sack, to try to interview them. And a couple days later, Wendy emailed Epstein and said, you don't have permission to talk to my friend. So that makes me think in 2022, Jane gave Wendy the heads up. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Now, it's been 3 years later after her brother and mother are convicted, but I don't have any use for Jane.
know how many times he said it?
I have no idea, but definitely twice at least.
And it was your understanding that he had not made any actual efforts to hire the hitman?
Yes,
But you did get a TV as a divorce present.
I did get a TV. He tended to repeat himself, and sometimes he would make jokes that weren't very funny about all kinds of things.
All right. And was that TV, did he buy you a TV as a divorce present?
He did.
And was that TV the same TV that was being repaired at your residence at the time that your husband was murdered?
It was.
Who made the arrangements for that TV repair? Did your brother joke about hiring a hitman to kill Dan Markel?
He did make that joke.
What was the joke specifically?
My brother had bought me a TV as a divorce present, and he would make the joke that the TV was cheaper than hiring a hitman.
Did you ever tell Jeffrey Lacasse about that joke?
I may have mentioned that joke to Jeff Lacasse.
Who is that?
Jeff Lacasse was someone that I dated after Danny and I got divorced.
Did you ever?
And by the way, somebody did email me, and I vetted this person is legit, that knows Jeff. And when we were doing the Tallahassee, what was that video a couple weeks ago about just how it affected other people, right? And just how this has been very traumatic on Jeff in both his social life, personal life, professional life. Really sad.
Use the TV as code for the murder?
No,
Who paid the repairman?
I did.
The repairman, you're familiar with his statement that you seemed really upset that day. What were you upset about?
I have no idea.
Were you upset that day?
I don't remember oh, yes, I was upset that day. I was upset. I remember Danny wanted to take the kids swimming and I wanted to pick them up earlier in the day.
Okay,
And
so nothing to do with the TV.
I don't think so. I probably wasn't that upset about the TV.
How much time were you spending with Charlie back in 2013 and 2014?
Not a lot of time. I was in Tallahassee. He was in South Florida.
Did he work a lot?
He worked a lot. Yeah.
Did he work at one location or travel around?
He would travel around. He worked at multiple locations.
Was he pretty successful in his job?
Yeah, he came up with a great business model for what he did, and he worked really hard and was very successful.
Was your brother known to carry a lot of cash?
I mean, he had cash on him sometimes. I never saw large sums of cash.
Did you ever see stapled cash?
I never saw stapled cash.
Were you familiar with his practice of stapling cash together in stacks?
No, I never knew about that.
Was your brother Charlie protective of you?
I think when I was a little kid.
What
Yeah.
about as an adult?
As an adult? I mean, not particularly.
Is it fair to say that during the year or so leading up to the murder of Dan Markell that your brother did not like your ex?
I mean, I don't think he probably didn't like him, but I also think he didn't spend a lot of time thinking about him.
Did he ever like him?
Yeah, I mean, I think they got along fine.
Did your brother ever mention hiring a hitman to kill Dan Markell?
No.
I'm going to turn your attention to your law enforcement interview, and I'm referring to page 25, lines 13 through 15. Let's get this tab here.
Okay.
All right, so page 25.
That's true. Ashley says that Wendy is probably not getting the boys any therapy because remember, Donna was mad that Ben was upset that Dan had passed away. And that's true. You know what? Wendy probably wouldn't want them alone with a therapist. That's my guess.
You find it?
Yes.
Quote, "It was always his joke. He said, I looked into hiring a hitman and it was cheaper to get you this TV." Is that what he said?
That was a joke that he made, yes.
And hiring the hitman, that was to kill Dan Markell, right? That was the joke,
That was the joke that he made in poor taste, yes.
not to kill someone else.
No. Well, he never used his name.
Okay. Well, he's hiring you the TV because it's cheaper as a divorce present than a hitman. Who else would he be hitting with the hitman?
I never really thought about it because it was not a thing that he meant. He just made a bad joke.
Well, you repeated the joke, didn't you?
He repeated the joke.
Didn't you also repeat the joke?
To other people?
Yes, like Jeff Lacasse.
I never said that to Jeff Lacasse.
You didn't tell Jeff Lacasse that your brother got you that TV as a divorce present because it was cheaper than hiring a hitman.
I may have repeated that joke in the context of the TV, yes.
All right. And who is Jeff Lacasse?
Jeff Lacasse was a person I dated in 2013.
And did you tell Jeffrey Lacasse shortly before the actual murder that your brother really had looked into hiring a hitman?
I did not.
Did he buy you a TV as a divorce present?
Did my brother buy me a TV as a divorce present?
Yes, sorry, I should have
Yes.
clarified that. And was the TV that your brother bought you as a divorce present the same TV that was being repaired on the morning of the murder?
Yes.
Did your mom text you that morning that the repair guy was coming to repair the TV?
I don't remember that.
Why would your mom have been in?
This is a big point Georgia makes in every one of the trials about why was Donna on the appointment for the TV repair?
Involved in your TV repair appointment?
Because I didn't purchase the TV. The TV was a gift that my brother paid for, but my mom went and got it and he reimbursed her. So the contract would have been under her name and her number. So
How rehearsed is that?
when the repair guy was coming, they may have called or texted the number on the account instead of my number.
Okay. And
I did.
your mom didn't make those arrangements?
I don't believe so.
And the repairman was at your house that morning that your husband died between 8:30 and 9:15. Do you agree with that?
I remember he was supposed to come between 8 and noon, and then he ended up coming on the early side.
That's when he arrived, between 8:30 and 9:15.
It's my best recollection.
I agree. Let's all just take a minute to make sure you are subscribed and you like this, please. Just do it for the 30 hours I have in this. Thank you.
Did Charlie ever say that he considered all possible options to take care of the problem being Dan Markel?
Objection, hearsay, and,
Oh.
Your Honor, I just have a standing objection, so I don't keep
You got it.
interrupting. Thank you.
Hey, Kristen.
Did he ever say that?
No.
After the murder of Mr. Markel, did Charlie Adelson take you out for a celebration dinner?
No.
Do you recall any dinner shortly after Mr. Markel's death where you were with Mr. Charlie Adelson and vomited?
I do remember that dinner. I'm sorry?
Go ahead, I interrupted you.
After Danny died, I was terrified that someone was going to come after me or my children and harm us as well. And so I didn't leave my house for about a month. And when I finally felt ready to leave the house and have dinner, I told my brother that I wanted to have dinner, that I was ready to finally go to a restaurant and eat a meal again.
She was ready to eat a meal, pizza or sushi, what everybody wants after they've been vomiting and sick for weeks. So what do y'all think the deal is with the celebration dinner? What do you think is so significant? Do y'all think anybody else was with them?
And I'd barely eaten for a full month just out of grief and shock. And so that night when I finally ate for the first time, they ended up taking a while before they sat us, and they sat us at the bar, and I had a drink, and I wasn't used to eating anything or drinking alcohol, and I threw up at the table. The only time in my life I've done something like that, but it was certainly not a celebration.
And you never heard your brother refer to it in that way?
No.
Was there a dinner, a time when you went out to dinner with your brother after the murder where you vomited at the table? That happened? Just yes or no?
What would you like to know the context? It did happen.
Okay, and who was present at that dinner?
Just my brother and me.
Okay, and that was kind of your first time out after this murder had occurred, right?
After it happened, I couldn't eat for several weeks, and then I was completely terrified to leave my house. So this was the first time I tried to leave the house and eat food, and that is how it ended up. I threw up.
At the dinner table, in a restaurant.
Yes, it was very embarrassing.
How long after the murder was that incident?
Probably about a month or so.
Was the dinner intended to be a celebration of the fact that your husband was murdered?
Absolutely not.
Did your brother refer to it as a celebration?
I highly doubt that.
Could that have been one of his jokes that was in bad taste?
He may have been celebrating the fact that I was willing to leave the house.
After the murder, do you recall going to a dinner where you got sick at the table?
It was about a month later. And yes, I remember.
Where did that dinner occur? Was that here in Tallahassee or somewhere else?
No, it was in Miami.
All right. And was it like out at a restaurant?
It was at a restaurant.
All right. And when we say you got sick at the table, did you actually vomit at the table?
I threw up at the table.
All right. And did you ever hear your brother refer to that particular dinner as a celebratory dinner?
No.
Jeff is single. He's not married and he doesn't have kids. He always wanted kids, and he knew that Wendy used the boys just to get to him.
Did you tell Jeffrey Lucas that your brother called that a celebratory dinner?
I did not.
Was that yes, sir? Was that dinner a celebration of the murder of your ex-husband?
Absolutely not. That dinner was the first time I left my house after over a month because I was terrified. And if it was a celebration of anything, it was a celebration that I was willing to leave the house and eat a meal.
Did you go to a dinner after the murder of Dan Markell in which you vomited at the table?
It was several weeks until I felt ready to leave my apartment. I was very, very scared.
So that happened?
It did happen.
Okay, and that was in a restaurant, right?
It was at a restaurant.
Who was present at that dinner?
It was my brother and me.
And where was the dinner?
It was
Florida or here?
It was South Florida.
Okay, and you said it was several weeks after the murder?
I believe so.
Had you ever heard Charlie, your brother, refer to that dinner as a celebratory dinner?
Only in previous trials, but never to me personally.
Did you hear him say it the night that you had the dinner or after that?
No.
That you threw up at the celebration?
No.
Were you involved in any way in a plot to kill Dan Markell?
No.
Do you have any knowledge other than the statements you've said your brother made or the jokes your brother made? Do you have any knowledge of anyone being involved in a plot to kill your husband?
No.
Do you know Catherine Magbanwa?
I have met her before.
How do you know her?
We met one time at dinner when I came home and my brother introduced me to her. And I think we might have gone to the beach once with her and a friend for a few hours.
I'm going to show you what I've marked as State's Exhibit 36.
I definitely picture Wendy with like some boxed wine. Now they have some decent boxed wines nowadays, but I could see her with some Franzia. Do y'all remember years ago, Jay Leno show? He would like rename products, and he had a box of Franzia White Zinfandel, which always just made me laugh because my grandmother would drink it. But he had put a label on it and it said, "Oh, what the hell? I'm drinking alone anyways." Always makes me laugh.
Is that a photograph of you and Catherine Magbanwa at the beach?
With her friend, yes.
Okay, and do you remember the friend's name?
I don't.
All right, is this a fair and accurate photograph from that event?
That looks like the three of us at the beach, yes.
Do you recall when this was taken?
I don't.
Okay, does Father's Day weekend 2014 sound correct?
So June 2014, that's
Yes, ma'am.
possible.
Yeah, Annie Oakley, great comment. And by the way, welcome, Mandy. Happy you're here. Jeff said he connected with Wendy 10 days post-murder, not weeks. And Dan's lawyer said a week later is when he got the call from the kid's doctor that she was out and about right away. I think it was like on that Tuesday or Wednesday, wasn't it, that she took him to the pediatrician? But yeah, they always try to make this celebration dinner, Wendy, or whatever it was, Wendy acts like it was several weeks or a month, but it was not.
I'll show you State's Exhibit 35. You recognize State 35?
Yes, I do.
How do you recognize it?
That was the second time we got together. It looks like the three of us.
Okay, so my theory on the celebration dinner, I've shared it before here, but I think Charlie said, "Oh, now they're looking for a Prius that is a car of interest." because they had a grainy image that they had released. That is my theory. And of course, they knew what they had rented.
So it's me, Katie, and one of her friends.
Do you recall going to Miami for Father's Day in June right before Dan Markel was murdered?
Mandy, thanks so much. So sweet. Katie McBanois has never been asked on the stand which lady gave her the $5,000 going to Sigfredo to pay for the hit road trip, because it was Wendy. I agree. I totally agree with you. She'll always say they gave a few $100s or something. There's no way. If they were doing all that cocaine, the motel, the gas money, it would have been way more than a few $100s. I agree with you, Mandy.
I don't have a strong memory of it, but it sounds like something I might have done to visit my dad.
Okay. Did you previously testify in reference to this same photograph or similar photograph?
Yes, I have.
Okay. And did you testify at that time?
Objection, Your Honor, improper impeachment.
And were you aware of one of his girlfriends by the name of Catherine Magdanois?
Yes.
Did you ever have the opportunity to meet that particular girlfriend?
Yes, we met maybe 2 or 3 times.
2 or 3 times? Do you recall what the occasions were?
There was one time we had dinner when I was in town, which is what I did every time I'd come to town and have dinner with my brother and a different girl. And then one time I went to the beach for an hour or so, and she and a friend of hers joined us.
Okay. And was there a third time?
I don't actually remember a third time.
All right. So was there anything special about this girlfriend in terms of her relationship with your brother? Did they seem closer or more serious?
It didn't seem serious.
Were you off-put by Ms. Magdanois for any reason? Did she seem like different from the ordinary trail of women that came through his life?
She seemed perfectly nice.
Did you bond with her in a special way? Did you have a different type of relationship with her than you had with any of his other girlfriends?
No, I mean, if anything, I'd say I'd been closer to other girlfriends. I only met her twice.
All right. What about her ex, Sigfredo Garcia? Were you aware of him at all?
So you can see her like really like the breathing. I mean, I can see it in that awful gray dress with the rickrack. Annie Oakley, when Jeff said he connected with Wendy 10 days post-murder, he also said she told him about puking at the dinner. So agree. Yeah, it was like the first weekend after the hit. So that's how we know more of the timing, because I think that might have been Jeff's last time talking to her.
For this case?
No.
So you didn't even know she had an ex?
I knew she
Yes.
had an ex
Exactly.
because my brother once mentioned that he was dating a girl and she had an ex that seemed a little scary.
All
And I
right.
said, maybe you should stay away from that.
Yeah. And so the ex, did you have specific knowledge about why he was a little scary?
No.
And do you know Catherine Magdanois, or have you ever met her?
I have met her.
Did you have an independent friendship with her, or did you only know her through your brother?
I only knew her through my brother.
What was her relationship to your brother?
They dated at some point.
Was there anything unusual about her as a girlfriend from your viewpoint at the time?
No,
So she seemed like a typical kind of girl that he would date?
she did.
Did you meet all his girlfriends?
I don't know. I met many girlfriends.
Okay. Did you meet Whitney Kick?
I did.
Okay. And Whitney Kick was after Catherine Magdanois, correct?
I believe so.
All right. And there's a photograph, I'm sure you recall, of you on the beach with Catherine Magdanois. Do you recall when that photo was taken?
I do. It was Father's Day 2014, so 9 years ago.
Yeah, perfect memory. Knows exactly when it was.
June 15th of 2014.
That sounds right.
So about a month before the murder.
That sounds right.
Where was this photo taken?
It was in Miami. I went down to visit my dad for Father's Day.
Searching and showing you what I've marked as states 35. Is this that photograph, and I've attached the data associated with it?
Yes.
And someone commented earlier, and I'm sorry I didn't mention it, but when Wendy just said she went down for her dad's birthday. Yeah. And also she noted, and I had forgotten this, it came out Was it in this last trial? I'm forgetting, but she had made note to cancel her cable. I mean, I don't know what they're waiting on.
Is there an accurate copy of that photograph?
Yes.
Judge, I'd ask to move it to States 35.
Okay. Place where the front exhibit.
Permission to read?
You may.
Yeah, I don't know that they can play a proffer. I agree with Rebecca because I think Louis Rivera could come and testify in person. And I know like he has the details, but I don't know. I just found him kind of like more confused this trial. I don't know if anybody else agrees. Y'all are so kind. I'm glad you're enjoying this compilation because I'm going to be totally honest. By the time I like wrapped it all up last night, it was after midnight, and all day today at work, I was like, you know what? I might just scrap it. So I appreciate it.
All right, is that you in the center?
That's me.
Which one's Catherine Magbanua?
The one on the left, our left in the picture.
And how long had
Okay, real quick, we're going to take a commercial break and we're going to share John Smith's song he wrote. So, let's see. Make sure y'all can, yep. So John Smith, who's in the chat, he writes amazing songs. I wanted to have this up so y'all could see the lyrics.
Shake us, no tide can bend. We stand tall, we won't fall, not at all. Our love is strong, it's true, it's real.
Hold on. Sorry, I hit the wrong one.
Oh, yeah. Turning, headed toward the gate. I'm back in South Dakota. I hate this cold ass state. This South Dakota prison ain't where I wanna be. I'll never be back in Miami with Mom and my Ferrari. I've always been Mom's baby. I am her favorite son. She's always counted on me for things she wanted done. I should have told her no. I should have turned her down. She laid a guilt trip on me and said, just bury me in my blue gown. Wind is down in Austin. She won't even call. After everything we did for her, that makes me maddest of all. She's living a good life. She threw us under the bus. When Georgia comes a calling, she'll know her time is up. Oh, when it's all about you. Now my money's gone, my whole life is through. Oh, Wendy, it's all about you. Now my money's gone, my whole life is through. My rich friends are in Miami, going out to clubs and bars, picking up pretty women and driving their fancy cars. I'm in a South Dakota prison. I'm never gonna be free. I'm doing life without parole. It scares the hell makes me maddest of all. She's living the good life. She threw us under the bus. When Georgia comes a calling, she'll know her time is up. Oh, Wendy, 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 it's all about you. Now my money's gone and my whole life is through. Oh, Wendy, 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 it's all about you. Now my money's gone and my whole life is through. She's living the good life. She threw us under the bus. When Georgia comes a calling, she'll know what time is up. Oh, Wendy, 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 it's all about you. Now my money's gone and my whole life is through. Wendy, 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 it's all about you. Wendy, 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 it's all about you.
Is that not just fantastic? Oh my gosh. John, so well done. Yes. I don't know. John, did you do Roberta's song? I can't remember. There's so many great comments. I hope you're reading them, John. It's amazing. Awesome. I'll play it again. I might need to do a video to it, John, if I have your permission. Anyway, it's amazing. I'm going to play a little bit more of this and then we'll pause. I'm trying to decide if the second part of this will be Tuesday or Wednesday night. I know it's Thanksgiving, so on Thursday. So I'm trying to decide.
Ms. Magbanua been dating your brother at the time this photo was taken?
I have no idea.
How many times had you met Miss Magbanua at the time this was taken?
I think once before.
Okay, how many times did you hang out with her total?
Just these 2 times. Once at the dinner when I met her, and then once at the beach for an hour.
Was the relationship between your brother and Catherine Magbanua serious, if you know?
I don't know. I mean, 10 years ago, was it serious? Not too serious.
It never stood out to you during that time frame as like, oh, this is the one.
No.
All right, so you mentioned you thought Whitney Kick was after Catherine Magbanua. What about June Mchinda? Do you know which one that is?
When you say, do I know which one that is? She's not in the picture.
No, ma'am. You're one of your brother's girlfriends, June Mchinda. Do you know her?
I met someone named June.
Okay, and would you agree that was also after Catherine Magbanua?
Yes, that would have been after.
When did you learn that Catherine Magbanua was blackmailing your brother for the murder of your ex-husband?
Today.
So he never told you?
No.
You testified in Catherine Magbanua's murder trial last year, didn't you?
I did, yes.
And she was convicted.
She was convicted, yes.
Of murder?
Yes, of murder.
Of murdering Dan Markell?
Of murdering my children's
crime?
father, yes.
A crime for which she apparently is innocent because she was just a conduit for Sigfredo Garcia. Did you learn that today along with all of us?
Well, I learned that someone made that argument. I don't know whether it's true or not true.
Okay. You have no knowledge of it.
I have no knowledge.
In all the years this has been pending,
In all of the years this has been pending.
your brother has known who killed your child's father, and you didn't know.
I did not know.
Do you know Catherine Magbanua?
I met her on 2 occasions.
Okay. Do you have an independent friendship with her, or did you just meet her through your brother?
I just met her through my brother.
Who was she to Charlie?
She was a person that he had dated.
Was she a serious girlfriend?
I didn't think so.
Did he have a lot of girlfriends that kind of came and went?
He had a lot of girlfriends, and they all looked somewhat similar.
Okay. I'm going to show you what's... One moment, Your Honors. show you what I'm marking.
John, we all love the song. It's amazing. I'm tapping my toe right now.
35. Do you recognize States 35?
I do.
How do you recognize it?
This was a visit. I went to the beach with Catherine and a friend of hers for about an hour.
Catherine Magbanua?
Yes.
All right, and when was this photograph taken?
It was Father's Day weekend of June 2014.
So just about a month before the murder?
Yes.
And was this the first time you'd ever met Catherine Magbanua?
It was the second time. The first time was at a dinner with my brother and with Jeff Lacasse when I was running an alternative spring break. I came down to visit.
Is that the dinner at Yardbird?
Yes.
Okay, we'll get back to that. So this was the second meeting.
Yes.
All right, Judge, move to introduce States Exhibit 30.
The beach trip with Katie, Wendy, and Yendra, that was Father's Day weekend. And then Wendy went back to Tallahassee, then came back again for her dad's birthday. I mean, insane. I just always thought it was interesting that she was in Miami for Father's Day, but she's at the beach with Katie. Does anybody think that's weird?
5. No objection.
States 35, isn't it?
Publishing States 35.
Roberta does.
Which one is Catherine Magbanua?
She's on the left with the white top.
Okay, and that's you in the center there.
That's me in the middle.
And this photograph, was it taken near your parents' residence in
It
South
was.
Beach?
Very close.
During that trip, were there any conversations with Catherine Magbanua or your brother or your mother about the murder?
No.
Is Catherine
See how much she blinked? No. And then she kept blinking. Thank you, All About Wool. Very kind.
Magbanua the girlfriend that your brother had in this time frame leading up to the murder?
I believe so, but he had multiple.
Mandy, yes, you'll have to check it out. I have a whole video on it, but I also clip it in here. Although I don't think I do all 4, but I do have a video that shows all 4 of her testimonies about the Trescott Drive and her discrepancies.
Girlfriends, so I don't know if she was the only one.
Okay, but that's definitely the one that you interacted with the month before.
Yes, ma'am.
Did anything stand out to you about this particular girl as being, you know, the one or special or different from the parade of girlfriends that
No.
Charlie had? Did your brother have girlfriends after this woman, Magbanua?
Yes.
Okay, including, do you remember a Whitney?
I do remember Whitney.
And then there was June Mchinda,
Yes, I remember June.
a June Co, I think.
I remember Junko.
Okay. Do you know Sigfredo Garcia?
No.
Have you ever met him?
No.
Lies.
I want to ask you about the week prior to Mr. Markel's murder, like June 30th through July 10th, 2014. Were you in South Florida that week?
I know I was in South Florida for my father's 70th birthday. My dad's birthday is July 5th. I don't remember if his party was on his actual birthday or a little before or a little after, but I remember I went down for his birthday.
Can you tell the jury whether or not you were in South Florida on July 1st, 2014?
I couldn't say for sure.
Okay, but
I may have traveled that day. I don't remember exactly when I went down. I only remember I was there for probably about a week and then I went down for my dad's birthday, but I couldn't tell you more exactly than that.
Your dad's birthday's on the 5th?
It is.
No, Mandy, a jury couldn't see her other testimonies. I don't think. Actually, they're sworn, so could that be a transcript?
What month?
Of July?
Time between this trip and the murder.
I did. I went down for my dad's birthday.
And when was that?
It would have been, his birthday was on July 5th. And so I was down, I don't remember the exact amount of time, but maybe 7 or 10 days over July 4th and for his birthday, and then went back to Tallahassee.
Did you run into Catherine McBanow at all on that trip?
I don't think so.
Any discussion with any members of your family about the murder on that trip?
No,
It was your dad's 70th birthday, right?
it was.
And was there a party?
We had a party.
Was that friends, family, both?
It was friends and family.
And I think, is this the
You know what grossed me out about Katie and Yendra was that Yendra went and wore her swimsuit. Y'all, that is like sharing underwear.
trip that we were talking about earlier where your parents had come to Tallahassee to fetch you and take you down south?
Yes.
Was there any discussion on that trip about any other relocation strategies,
I don't have any memory of that.
like bribing, converting to Christianity, any of those things,
It had been, I think, about a year since.
since those were first broached?
Right, but I'm just saying by that time it was the summer of 2014. I don't remember any kind of conversation like that.
Okay. Was there any discussion on that trip of the pending motion that included precluding your mom from having unsupervised visits with your boys?
No.
All right, I'm going to show y'all something. So I did a, I don't know what it was. Heck, I think it was a video, and I talk about how Sigfredo is in a gang, and all these people were like, he's not in a gang. He's not in a gang. He supposedly, since going to prison, is now like a gangster. And Stephen Webster said this in a recent interview. But you just made me want to pull up on the Florida Corrections website, Sigfredo. So it says here his visitation is suspended, probably because he's always in trouble, apparently. He's been moved around. He's always getting in fights and things. But this is what I want to know. Does anybody know right over here? So these are his 2 charges that he was found guilty of. But the one first degree murder, premeditated conspiracy to commit, they're saying January 14th, 2013 was the date of the offense, which I thought was interesting. And then let me look up Charlie's, and his mom says January 1st. Now, is this a mistake? Am I reading what is this? So then Charlie's, there's Charlie. Of course, it says he's in South Dakota. And over here, it's got January 1st, 2013 for the conspiracy to commit and the solicitation. Does anybody know why? I'm trying to get to the chat. Was January the first attempt that failed? Can I send the link? I don't know. Maybe. Let me think about, I don't know totally how to do that, but I can probably figure that out. I don't know. So we know it was like, we always associated Halloween, right? October 31st, 2013. That's when Charlie sent Wendy the picture with Katie. But why is this saying January 1st and then Sigfredo's January 14th? Now, maybe this is a typo. It just seems weird that they would all have a typo. And then here's Donna's. And hers is the same thing, January 1st, 2013. So if anybody is an attorney, please let us know. Wait, what is this? Hold on. Sigfredo solicited Luis, so why was he charged with that? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it is weird, right? Let's see what Oh, Luis Rivera's in federal prison. Well, let's see. Mag Banawa. Can you call the prison and ask? My people in my office already hear me make some interesting calls. One day I called Leon County about a FOIA request, and they're like, "What are you doing?" Let's see what McBanoa. Let's see what her says. I just would love an answer on this. I just think it's very interesting. See, hers is January 1st too. So do they go like to the year that it happened? I just think it's odd. Error on all of them. Oh, True Crime Wifey. I'm not an attorney, but 1/1 is always a dummy date. Interesting. All right. While I go find the video of the Trescott Drive, I'm going to play John's song again so y'all can hear it. And then I am going to show that Trescott video, and then we'll pick up this other video. Our next live. So here you go. Back by popular demand. John's amazing song, Wendy, It's All About You.
Headed toward the gate. I'm back in South Dakota. I hate this cold ass state. This South Dakota prison ain't where I wanna be. I'll never be back in Miami with Mom and my Ferrari. I've always been Mom's baby. I am her favorite son. She's always counted on me for things she wanted done. I should have told her no. I should have turned her down. She laid a guilt trip on me and said, just bury me in my blue gown. Wendy's down in Austin. She won't even call. After everything we did for her, that makes me maddest of all. She's living a good life. She threw us under the bus. When Georgia comes a calling, she'll know her time is up. Oh, Wendy, it's all about you. Now my money's gone and my whole life is through. Oh, Wendy, it's all about you. Now my money's gone and my whole life is through. My rich friends are in Miami, going out to clubs and bars, picking up pretty women and driving their fancy cars. I'm in a South Dakota prison. I'm never gonna be free. I'm doing life without parole. That scares the hell out of me. Wendy's down in Austin. She won't even call. After everything we did for her, that makes me maddest of all. She's living the good life. She threw us under the bus. When Georgia comes a calling, she'll know her time is up. Oh, Wendy, it's all about you. Now my money's gone and my whole life is through. Oh, Wendy, it's all about you. Now my money's gone and my whole life is through. She's living a good life. She threw us under the bus. When Georgia comes a calling, she'll know her time is up. Oh, Wendy, 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 it's all about you. Now my money's gone and my whole life is through. Wendy, 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 it's all about you. Wendy, 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 it's all about you.
I mean, John Smith, excellent. Best one yet. I think we all love it. And then Michelle wanted to show this. This video is the Truscott, the inconsistencies. I mean, it's 3 minutes and 40 seconds. So I'll play this. This just shows, it compares the 4 trials.
I'm referring to your visit to the crime scene.
I did not visit the crime scene. I was driving on Centerville Road, and sometimes I would take the shortcut through Truscott.
Yes, ma'am.
But when I was driving on Centerville Road, I saw some sort of tape or obstruction, and so I didn't turn.
Okay.
The problem with this story, Wendy, is that at Centerville and Truscott, there was no police tape. In fact, you would indeed have to go down Truscott about a mile before you would even see the police tape. The police tape was just a few doors down from Dan's house. And this is actual footage. The police tape indeed says crime scene.
You did not pull up to the crime scene tape on Truscott Drive?
No.
On the way to run your errands, did you go by the crime scene?
No.
On the way to run your errands, did you encounter a roadblock on Truscott?
I did.
All right, so you did turn off of Centerville onto Truscott.
I did.
All right, and when you encountered a roadblock, what did you assume the problem was there?
I figured it was just an electrical storm or something. There's some tape, and it looked like the road was blocked off. And so I just turned around and went back and went up Benton.
And had there been an electrical storm that morning?
I didn't remember an electrical storm.
Let's see what the weather was on July 18th, 2014 in Tallahassee. No precipitation, calm with a max wind speed of 12 miles an hour. Historical weather data even shows it was clear at the time of the shooting. If there was an electrical storm, I think Wendy would have seen this instead of this.
Did you go to the crime scene or very near the crime scene on your way from your residence to, I guess, to lunch or to wherever you were going next?
No, I did not.
So you never turned on Truscott Drive that day?
I went to turn on Truscott Drive, but I saw that it had been blocked off by some tape. And so I just kept driving on Centerville.
Okay. And when you had to turn around at the tape, right, to go back out?
I think I tried to turn right and it couldn't turn. So I would have made like the kind of turn, like a K turn, and kept going.
Was there a roadblock there with?
There was tape.
Yeah. And an officer was there?
I didn't see an officer, but I did see a car.
A law enforcement marked vehicle? Okay. Did you have any contact with the officer?
No.
On your way to meet the friends, did you have an occasion to go down Truscott?
I was trying to turn down Truscott. That's where I used to turn and take just the road I was used to. But there was yellow tape up. And so when I tried to turn, I couldn't turn. So I made a 3-point turn and kept going on Centerville.
And so you encountered a police roadblock at that location?
Yes.
Okay, couldn't go any further because there was a police car and some yellow tape, right?
Right.
And that was, you were able to see that from the intersection there, or you actually turned onto Truscott?
I tried to turn and then I couldn't go through. So I turned around and kept going.
How far down Truscott did you proceed before you turned around?
Just until the tape.
Okay.
I had forgotten I made that. So thank y'all so much for joining tonight. And yeah, John Smith, the song was just amazing. I'm going to listen to it again. And I'm not sure when I'm going to do the live. I don't know. I've got to look at my work schedule tomorrow. But we've got about an hour and a half left of the video. So thanks. And y'all have a great night.